So, well, our winter time lasted about 7 days. Now it's in the 80s and humid. So, I was supposed to do a job today over there in Miami Beach, but obviously I'm not going to drive there, so the person that I work for would have to pick me up and take me there to do it. Well, evidently, they weren't able to get the time to do it today, so maybe another day. So I'm here at the house, and even though I'm not working, I am working. There's always a job to do. Excuse me. I think I got a bug in my face. Anyway, so I'm on my way to the Home Depot to pick up some of that evaporator and air conditioning cleaner. Now, I do a lot of AC cleanouts for people, and most of the time it involves cleaning the outside unit with a hose and some chemicals, taking the evaporator out of the inside unit, taking it outside, washing it down, cleaning it up, and then putting it back. But in my own house, I don't want to bother, and I'll tell you why. That air conditioner is used. I pulled it out of a home. It had malfunctioned, and as part of the warranty repair, the company they purchased it from didn't even bother to send any parts. They just said, take the old unit out, get rid of it. They didn't want it. So I had the inside unit that I could use. Then eventually I was able to pick up an outside unit. A lot of these air conditioners that we call mini split, ductless, I have another name for it, I can't remember. They're made by a company in China called Gree, Gree. Although this one of them is called Daisuke, and I forget what the other one was. The last time I went for a bike ride, they had this trash pile. So now I'm looking at it. Plastic containers, plastic hose reel. It's like a bunch of garbage. Oh well, that's good. Sometimes I'll pick up treated wood to make repairs with. It depends on what I'm doing. So anyway, I removed that air conditioning unit from most of my customers. I'll take it outside, and if it's a mini split, what I'll do, I'll turn the air conditioner on, and then I'll close, I'll close the high pressure valve, and then let it kind of build up pressure, and then it'll pump down the low side. Then I close the low side valve, and I pull the terminal, or turn the breaker off, turn the power off, and that's it. So, don't see anybody coming. That's one of the good things about the bicycle. You can go through a red light, and no one's going to bother you. Anyway, so what I'll do that, and then once the refrigerant is in the unit, I'll go ahead and disconnect the lines, remove the inside unit, take it outside, take it all apart, take the coil out and everything. The technique I'm using in my house, where you disassemble the unit on the wall, is a good one if you don't mind the extra work. The problem is, if you do it wrong, you can actually stress the joints in the coil. If you have a cheaper unit, you can actually break the solder and cause the unit to leak out refrigerant. The leak may not be initially evident, but it will eventually lose your refrigerant and your system will no longer work. But the reason I'm doing it is because that line that I have is very tight, and there's just no way that I can keep loosening it and tightening it. It's ready to strip out. So if I have to do that, what I'm going to end up doing is taking the fittings off and soldering on new ones. My torch is not available, so I don't want to get involved in that. So I'm just going to take it apart and be done with it, and that's it. That's the plan anyway. Hi. So, I'll tell you one thing, you get a bug in your nose, it's very hard to get the irritation out. So anyway, I took it all apart this morning, made a short video. Since I was home, I've also watched a few of the other channels, carnivore channels, the Old Guy Carnivore, Chris Cooking Nashville, Carnivore Muscle, on my usual channels. It was kind of interesting this morning watching Mitch on his Old Guy Carnivore channel getting upset with somebody. I'm not quite sure exactly what the problem was, but you know, people get frustrated, probably getting burned out from having to live stream every day, plus all the videos that he does. That's a lot of work. That's one of the reasons I don't spend my time and money trying to set up a streaming channel and making all these edited videos and whatever. I just throw an old phone in my pocket, get on the old bicycle, and go for a ride. And that's it. At least this way, if I do get into an accident, at least there'll be a record of it. Somebody could look up and see who's at fault if I'm not around. So, anyway, not too bad. I actually had a few comments about one of my last videos where I was over here going to the Winn-Dixie, and they mentioned that there is a Toronto Dominion Bank on the corner, and yes, there is. Up until about early 2000s, there was a Texaco gas station there. They closed it. When we had the bank bailout in 2008 and 9, they started building tons of banks. You can see over here, there's the bank on the corner, Bird Road, 112th. So, this is the old Concord Shopping Center. That building over there used to be the library, the one behind the bank. And they extended it to make it into like a little shopping center. Ironically, 20-something years later, they put a smaller library in the same shopping center. Interesting. There's an old Sun Bank, which is now called Trust or Troist or whatever the stupid name is. And then, you know, you got your McDiarrhea over there. There used to be a Shell station, now it's a Chase Bank. And where the Extra Super Food Center used to be is the Winn-Dixie. Where the Tamiami Gun Store used to be is the Home Depot. They also had a driver's license office, but it's gone. They even had a police substation there at one time. Now, when I was a kid, all these shopping centers also had bars where people could go and get drunk. But I think ever since they started doing DUI, most of the bars went out of business. And besides, who's going to pay to drink when you can just drink at home for cheaper? The heck is this hazard? Look at this. That's the county at work. And get somebody killed with that thing. Ridiculous. You know, that'd be a good thing. Crash into that thing sticking out over there. Have a nice lawsuit going. It's not worth it. I hate lawyers. One of the biggest problems I think with the world today is that it's run by crooked lawyers, and all they ever do is take advantage of people. But there's the Concord Shopping Center with the Winn-Dixie and the Big Lots and all the other stuff, including the Home Depot. See if I can make this in time. Maybe not. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Just move fast so they can't run you over. Oh look, there's another van like mine. Interesting. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Always fun, always fun. almost like an obstacle course, I think. So, with that being said, there's a lot of things I can say about YouTube. But when you're like me and you do it for a hobby, you don't get upset about all the negative comments. In fact, it's kind of fun because every single negative comment I've ever gotten was from somebody that didn't even have any videos on their YouTube channel. So, what can you say about that? Let's see, is the Big Lot still open? Yes, it is. Not for long, though. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and lock up the old bicycle. Stick it over here. Okay. Where's my key? So yeah, that's pretty basic. I'll tell you one thing. Getting a bug in your nose when you're riding a bike is just not fun. All right. I'm lazy. I don't feel like I'm doing the chain, so we'll just do it like this. There is a certain freedom that goes with a bicycle, although you do have to deal with the hot weather and the dangerous drivers. And when you got the crappiest bicycle in town, nobody's going to steal it, so that's good. So here we are at the old Home Depot, and this is probably the most frequent place that I shop at around here. You won't catch me in the IKEA. You catch me at the Home Depot. Or over there's the AutoZone, another place I go to. And of course, Winn-Dixie is right over there. Works out pretty well when you think about it. All right. Where do they put this stuff? It's funny. The phone's in my shirt pocket, and even that's higher than most people's heads. Let's see. I must have missed it. It's around here somewhere. Okay. Oh, what do we have? This stuff's more expensive. Let's see. It's sealed. That's a good sign. Water, propylene glycol. This one doesn't have sodium hydroxide. I don't think I've ever used this one before, but I'll try it. I also need to get some adhesive to try to stick one of these plastic pieces back on. See if they have that. But yeah, I don't take YouTube very seriously. And so far I've only met one person from YouTube in 17 years. Hopefully I'll be online with him tomorrow night. But other than that, I think it's just a game. Let's see. Oh, where is the glue? Okay. Oil-based. Okay. Here's the adhesives. I think. Maybe not. I think it's on the end. You go to Home Depot a lot when you know where everything is. That's the funny thing. You ask the people that work here, sometimes they know less than you do. Here it is. Let's see. Power grab. I've used this. Okay. Loctite. Extreme glue. Adhesive sealant. Okay, got silicone, cyanoacrylate type resins. Guess I'll use this one again. It works. It's good enough. Well, I'm on my way back. I'll be paying, and I'll see you later.